Naomi House and Jacksplace are hospices for children and young people with life-limiting and life-threatening conditions. In this video, a brave family share their story with us. This is Lacey's story.
Lacey was born a perfectly healthy little baby girl, absolutely wonderful. She came 4 weeks early. We had a normal delivery, went home and started our life as a family.
It wasn't until Lacey was 6 months old that her parents, Lisa and Dominic, realised something was wrong. Health workers told them to keep an eye on her, but not to worry.
The night before her first birthday, Lacey took a really bad turn where she was ventilated in Southampton Hospital, and that's when our journey started with Lacey becoming extremely unwell.
After spending months in hospital having constant tests, biopsies and scans, doctors delivered the devastating news to her parents. Lacey had mitochondrial disease, a condition that causes the cells in your body to gradually stop producing energy, causing the muscles and organs to shut down over time. There is no cure.
In February, we were allowed to go home. Lacey caught another cold, so we ended up back in hospital where she was ventilated again for 5 weeks. We couldn't get Lacey off of the ventilator, so she had a tracheostomy fitted, and our little baby just changed forever, really. She lost the ability to eat, drink, talk. Her abilities to move her hands, legs, that all soon dwindled off. The way we started to care for Lacey dramatically changed. The way we communicated with Lacey really changed. We had to learn how to look after a seriously sick child, and we ended up spending 9 months in hospital with Lacey.
The Naomi House paediatric palliative care consultant met the family to discuss Lacey's options, including visiting Naomi House. While it was a scary thought for them, the family's first impressions of the hospice were not what they'd expected at all.
Everyone was enjoying themselves. You walked around and you see lots of poorly children. You don't know what any of them are here for. You don't know whether they're the same as what Lacey was. You walked around and you can see everyone was welcoming, everyone was willing to share everything. It was bright and colourful. It was something you knew straight away. It's sort of one of those things you walk in and think, this is where she needs to be.
I remember Lacey's first visit, and it was a really sunny day, and she looked out of her bedroom window and her smile just said we'd made the right decision. She was so happy, wasn't she? She loved Peppa Pig, so her room had been kitted out with Peppa Pig books, posters, a lot, hadn't it?
Lacey and her family visited the hospice over several months. They were able to spend quality time together, enjoying the playground and the hospice garden, and even having the opportunity to take Lacey swimming. Something they'd never thought possible.
I asked one of the physios in Southampton, will we ever be able to go swimming with Lacey? And they just said no. I mentioned it to one of the nurses and she was like, you can go swimming. And lo and behold, we went swimming, didn't we? And Lacey loved it.
The hospice enabled them to make the most of the precious time Lacey had left. Then, one night at home, Lacey became very poorly. An ambulance was called and she was rushed to Southampton General Hospital, where she was admitted to the high dependency unit.
They made it very, very clear that if Lacey ended up in PICU, the probability of her coming out would be unlikely. And I felt that as a parent, I wasn't prepared to put her through that. So I didn't want to see my baby hooked up and struggling. The doctors at Southampton felt there was nothing else they could do for Lacey. The decision was made to come here.
We could always read her, you can see in her eyes that this was her time, this was saying her goodbyes to everyone, and it was the hardest thing you could ever go through.
There was only so much I could expect of my little girl, and I think I took it that when would I say no for me, when would I want to stop? And that's when we made that decision, wasn't it? Yeah,
and we had to make the final decision for her, but that's like, we wouldn't want to suffer, we wouldn't see anyone suffer like that, and you can see she'd had enough. The mitochondrial disease had taken over.
Lacey lost her fight to mitochondrial disease on Valentine's Day. Her family were able to visit her, and her parents stayed by her side in Naomi House's butterfly room for a week until they felt ready to say goodbye.
Planning your child's funeral is just not something you ever think you'll ever do, but you just want it to be perfect as can be, and to reflect her. The help was there when we needed it, and I am thankful for that, because I don't know how we would have got to that point otherwise.
No, Naomi House just helped us in every aspect of it.
Lacey is now a big sister. Lisa and Dominic recently welcomed a healthy baby girl to the world, and she is completely free of mitochondrial disease. Naomi House continue to support Lisa, Dominic, and hundreds of families just like them every year. That's why we need your help. Find out how you can support Naomi House by visiting the website at www.naomihouse.org.uk. Thank you.